Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle video. Today we're battling Andrew, who is our challenger, I guess. Anyway, I start off this battle with my Charizard and he sends out his Klefki. Now, I predicted that he'd switch out to a water type, which was Greninja obviously. So I prepared for that. Instead of going for a fire type move I knew that would, obviously take Klefki out, I first obviously Mega Evolved. The Drought goes up in a second, Drought going up, and then I use Solar Beam. And that, my friend, is how you get predicted. And we say goodbye to Greninja here. It was a brilliant prediction on my part. Not to bring myself up, but obviously it could have gone either way. He could have not switched out or whatever. Anyway, he switched in his Medicham and then Mega Evolves his Medicham. I don't know quite why he was sent a Medicham in against me, because then I go for an Air Slash and that takes his Mega Medicham out. So yeah, I don't know why he'd send that in, but I don't know what his other Pokemon are. I have to see in a second. He then sends out Saphira, who is his Goodra. Or her, yeah, his Goodra, sorry. Yeah. So I switch out and decide to send in my Aurorus, because obviously Ice beats Dragon. He goes for an Aqua Tail. I should have really predicted that he'd go for a Water type move, so I should have switched out to probably Chestnut or something like that. But anyway, then he goes for an Earthquake, which is obviously going to deal some decent damage to Pinky, because obviously Earthquake. And then I use Ice Beam, just to see how much damage it will do, and it actually does pretty decent damage, almost down to about 30-40 health points. So I decided to switch Pinky out, because I knew Pinky wouldn't be able to outspeed it, and I sent back Charizard in, because I predict that he's going to be using another Earthquake, which he actually does, so obviously it's not going to affect Delta. And then Delta goes for an Air Slash, because it's faster, and takes out Saphira, so it's 3 down and then 3 to go. Next up he sends out Sky Sage, who is his Togekiss. So I switch Delta out and I decided to switch into Toxic. I don't know quite why, because it's a fairy type, so of course. He goes for an Ancient Power here, and doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but he gets lucky, and he gets the attack, defense, special attack, and special defense, and speed rise, which, turns out to be bad. He then is faster than me. He might be faster anyway, but then uses Dazzling Gleam, which is obviously going to do neutral damage. I use a Sludge Bomb, which is going to do about half. Obviously that Togekiss has a very high special defense. Luckily it poisons it though, which is helpful. And obviously poison deals damage. He then goes for another. I switch Toxic out because I know Toxic's going to die. And I switch into Delta, thinking, if he uses another Dazzling Gleam I'll be able to resist it. Drought obviously goes up. But however he goes for a Dazzling, does go for Dazzling Gleam again, sorry. And so I thought, okay, I'm good with this, I'll use an Air Slash or whatever to take that out. But it ends up being that Sky Sage is actually faster than my Charizard, and my Charizard is the fastest member of my team. It's probably due to that speed increase, so unfortunately we just got really unlucky there. He then gets really lucky there, and another attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed rise, so I'm looking pretty screwed here. He's had 2 boosts on each, so then I switch out to he's poisoned, so it's not like he's going to sweep me. Particularly, I just need to wait till the poison goes. So I send my Sylveon out, and he then withdraws his Sky Sage, knowing it's going to die, and switches out to its Weapon Sage, or his Weapon Sage, which is obviously Aegis Slash. I go for Moonblast, since I just assumed, did. It's not very effective because it's a Steel type, obviously. He goes for a stance change, which is going to change its attack and defense stats. Iron Head, then a Steel type move. It's obviously going to deal a lot of damage to Sylveon and actually takes it out, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a bummer. And then I switch into my Squidette, which is obviously a Malamar. And I go for a Night Slash because that's going to be super effective. And because he's in his attack stance, his defense stat isn't all that huge. So we easily take it out with that. Next up we have, Sunlight Phase first, and then he has to send his, he sends his Klefki in finally. We haven't seen it for a while. And you can see there's a little Klefki. Avoids the attack, play rough, and we use superpower since I know it's going to deal neutral damage and give me some boosts, sort of attack and defense wise. It was actually a critical hit, so we were quite lucky there. So luck seems to be sort of going against both of us in this battle. He then has health points and leftovers and stuff. He goes for another play rough, which is super effective, but you know, it does about less than half. So the superpower of the defense rise really helps us out there, I think. And I'll use another superpower, and that takes out Doormaster, because obviously attack and defense rise. So that's very good. Then he has to obviously send his Sky Sage in, which is going to be, you know, a Togekiss, and he uses Dazzling Gleam, which is super effective against me, and actually manages to take out my Malamar. So Malamar faints, and then Togekiss takes damage from the poison, and is wiped out. So overall, I won in the end, with 2 Pokemon left, I think it was, I'm not quite sure. So it's a pretty good battle overall. Good game, Andrew. I look forward to battling you at some point in the future. Expect some more wipe battles soon, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.